Welcome back, Boston Celtics fans, to another incredibly massive and deeply analytical episode right here on the channel where we completely break down the absolute most important storylines, tactical adjustments, and breaking news surrounding our favorite basketball team as we gear up for what promises to be a legendary and unforgettable postseason run. Today we have an absolutely phenomenal roster update to deeply analyze because it officially signals the final pieces of the championship puzzle coming together right before the playoffs begin. We are talking about the highly anticipated and extremely crucial return of veteran big man Nikola Vucevic to the active roster, and the massive, undeniable impact he brings to the Boston Celtics both on the hardwood and deep inside the locker room culture. Let us set the grand stage for this incredible development. On a beautiful Sunday afternoon at the legendary TD Garden, the Boston Celtics finally took the floor completely at full physical strength, for the absolute first time since the highly publicized night that Jason Tatum originally made his triumphant season debut against the Dallas Mavericks. We all remember exactly how that highly anticipated Mavericks game unfolded. The feeling of having the entire roster healthy unfortunately did not last very long at all that evening. Just a mere 1 minute and 47 seconds into his very first shift of the opening quarter, Nikola Vucevic tragically suffered a highly painful right ring finger fracture that immediately sent him to the locker room and subsequently sidelined him for weeks. But now, after an incredibly grueling 14-game absence dedicated to intense physical rehabilitation and mental preparation, the highly skilled two-time All-Star center is officially back in the nightly rotation and ready to dominate. And the absolute best part about his return is exactly how he handled his time away from the court. During a recent press conference before his team's tilt against the Toronto Raptors, head coach Joe Mazzulla explicitly discussed exactly how Vucevic managed to quickly get entirely up to speed with the complex offensive system, even while he was physically injured and unable to shoot a basketball. Mazzulla proudly told the gathered media that Vucevic has been fully present and deeply engaged at absolutely every single film session, every single tactical walkthrough, and every single team practice that the coaching staff has held since the injury occurred. That level of absolute professional dedication and unwavering commitment to the ultimate team goal is exactly what the front office was looking for when they made the crucial move to acquire him at the trade deadline. Before that highly anticipated Sunday matchup officially got underway, the opposing head coach Darko Rajakovic of the Toronto Raptors actually took significant time during his own media availability to absolutely rave about exactly what the Celtics' massive trade deadline acquisition will once again consistently provide his new championship-caliber team. Rajakovic stated with absolute certainty that Nikola brings an incredible wealth of veteran experience to this Boston roster. He praised him by saying he is a highly unique player that can simply do so many different complex things on the basketball court. He called him a completely well-rounded basketball player and emphasized that he is an absolutely great stylistic fit with the current construction of this Boston team. And Rajakovic is absolutely entirely correct in his tactical assessment. Vucevic is a completely dynamic and highly versatile offensive talent. He inherently gives the Boston Celtics a completely unique option that the team simply does not have in any of its other talented centers. He is a massive, imposing physical presence who will absolutely demand and inevitably draw multiple elite defenders into the deep low post area whenever he establishes deep position. From that specific spot on the floor, he possesses the elite basketball IQ to completely pick opposing defensive schemes apart with his incredibly precise and pinpoint passing ability. He does the exact same incredibly disruptive thing when the basketball is firmly in his hands out on the perimeter, brilliantly spotting backdoor cutters and delivering absolute dimes to his open teammates right at the rim. On top of his elite passing, he is also a highly reliable and heavily respected three-point shooting threat who can confidently stretch the floor and now actively form a highly potent and completely terrifying pick-and-roll or pick-and-pop partnership with the Celtics' elite primary ball handlers like Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, and Jason Tatum. Right here in the very middle of this massive breakdown of the Celtics' returning secret weapon, if you are truly enjoying our daily deep dives into the tactical side of the Boston Celtics, and you want to stay completely updated on all the absolute best basketball coverage anywhere on the internet, please take a quick second right now to passionately hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video because your continuous daily support is exactly what allows this channel to keep growing and basketball analysis available on the entire platform. Getting right back into the massive implications of his return, we must absolutely look far beyond just exactly what he brings to the physical court. It is widely known across the entire National Basketball Association that Nikola Vucevic is an incredibly beloved and highly respected teammate. For a historic franchise like Boston that clearly puts a massive premium on its internal culture and is incredibly diligent and cautious in deciding exactly who to bring into its sacred work environment, he is an absolute outstanding fit deep inside that locker room. A specific player who can absolutely attest to that positive influence firsthand is his former teammate with the Chicago Bulls, the talented guard Ayo Dosunmu. Dosunmu recently shared a highly personal and incredibly positive story about his former mentor before he helped his current team, the Minnesota Timberwolves, earn a gritty 102-92 victory at the TD Garden. Dosunmu proudly stated that when he first came into the professional league as a rookie, Vucevic was officially his assigned veteran leader. He enthusiastically shared that they immediately built a genuinely great and highly supportive relationship from day one. He emphasized that Vucevic was the one specific guy on the roster that he really deeply connected to on a personal level. Dosunmu finished his glowing praise by stating that he genuinely hopes Vucevic gets completely healthy very soon so that the Boston Celtics can make a massive, deep run in the upcoming playoffs. That specific quote perfectly illustrates exactly the type of incredibly high-character professional the Celtics acquired. Vucevic had publicly stated that he desperately hoped to get a few real competitive games under his belt before the grueling playoffs officially begin, and he will now definitely get the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. Boston currently has 5 highly important contests left on the regular season schedule, including that massive Sunday game against Toronto before the playoffs officially commence. That entire week-long period while the chaotic play-in tournament unfolds across the league should also massively help him physically ramp up his conditioning to ensure he is at his absolute physical and mental best in a highly anticipated return to the high-stakes playoffs, a specific scenario that he passionately spoke about during the exact week he originally joined the Boston Celtics. Speaking entirely of the intense postseason, Vucevic has tragically not actually participated in a single playoff game since the 2021 to 2022 campaign when he was battling with the Chicago Bulls. In his entire lengthy professional career, he has only been fortunate enough to play in 16 total career playoff contests. However, in those incredibly rare and highly pressured matchups, he is currently averaging a highly impressive 18.4 points a tick, below 10 massive rebounds, 3.2 crucial assists, and nearly 1 full block shot per game. That level of elite production comes while averaging a highly demanding 36.2 minutes of intense floor time. It is a massive statistical testament to a highly talented player whose previous teams simply have not had much overall playoff success, but who has continually proven to be incredibly impactful and highly reliable in his rare postseason opportunities. When asked about his ultimate playoff goals, Vucevic honestly stated that the lack of recent success massively motivates him to try to push his game to an even higher level. He openly admitted that he has never really had that ultimate championship chance in his entire career. He noted that he honestly wishes it happened much sooner in his life, but he is incredibly grateful that it is finally happening right now in Boston. And he boldly stated that he is going to make the absolute most of it and actively strive to be the absolute best possible version of himself to help the team win a banner. In his very first 12 appearances wearing the iconic green uniform for the Celtics, which also included one spot start, he successfully averaged a highly efficient 10.4 points, 7.2 important rebounds, and nearly 2 assists and 1 block per contest, all while learning a completely new complex system. He is also confidently shooting a very respectable 35.1% from beyond the three-point arc on exactly 3.1 three-point attempts per game. It is also incredibly important to explicitly note that during his unfortunate physical absence, the energetic Luka Garza has filled in absolutely admirably for the team. The talented fifth-year center is a player that head coach Joe Mazzulla intimately knows he can always count on to immediately bring a massive infusion of raw energy and physical hustle every single time he calls his number off the bench. The former Iowa Hawkeyes standout star also consistently provides highly dependable three-point shooting, bone-crushing screens, and relentless offensive rebounding. He consistently helps the Boston Celtics win the incredibly gritty battles on the margins, and he is always completely ready to heavily contribute every single time he gets a tiny opportunity. However, having a crowded front court is highly beneficial and absolutely not detrimental to the ultimate championship goal. The undeniable reality is that Boston now proudly possesses both of those incredibly talented options completely fully available behind their phenomenal starting center, Neemias Queta. If there is a highly unfortunate injury during a grueling playoff series, the Celtics now officially have the deeply needed roster stability and overall talent to successfully absorb that massive loss without missing a beat. And if one of their primary options is simply struggling to find a rhythm or completely bogged down in early foul trouble, Mazzulla can effortlessly lean heavily on one or both of his other two excellent choices. The brilliant calculated trade for Nikola Vucevic completely turned a massive glaring area of physical concern at the frenetic trade deadline into exactly what is now an absolute massive luxury as the team prepares for a historic playoff run.